going on, Jerome's? So, of course, we remember the era of Kirk Cousins, getting paid. Like him and his agent, Mike McCartney, need to be in the Hall of Fame. HOF getting paid. Absolutely. And Kirk Cousins, basically, this is just a run through of a bunch of memes. Like, I don't know why Kurt is Willis Reed in the shot. I don't remember the context or the foundation of this meme, but it's pretty good. But Kirk Hart and all that stuff, and Kirk is Joe Burrow. I mean, well, it's a fun, right? Mainly making me, Kirktober, Wiker wasted, something like that. I don't know. But, Kirko chains, that was a thing. Remember that was a thing for a while? Good times, man. And then, of course, him getting rumbled in the jungle with Zimmer. Awesome. Then he decided to go to the Falcons. Hope you like the taste of prison food and Phoenix. I'm actually watching that movie right now. The Other Guys might be the most underrated comedy out there. All right. And Kurt, Mrs. Justin Jefferson, Kurt taking the money and ran down to Hotlanta. Do you know that Julie's from Georgia? Yeah. Long story longer. NFL Bag Hall of Fame. Players who maximize contract leverage from Bill Barnwell. Now, Cousins is the first entrant in the Hall of Fame. That includes Stafford, Dak Prescott, Darrelle Revis, as well as Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey's on the list, plus Neon Deion Sanders. It's good to go. So Kirk Cousins with some relevant excerpts here. Kirk Cousins, calling card, making the front office so mad it refused to call him Kirk. Now, I thought we had made that up out of whole cloth, but it turns out towards the end, like Bruce Allen was calling him Kurt. For shame. Anyways, if you explain this concept to an NFL fan and ask them who they thought was worthy of induction, they would probably name Cousins first. Yes. Also, if you named a Vikings fan, yes. About to become the most expensive backup quarterback in NFL history, Cousins has earned more than $294 million in his career and has another $37.5 million in guaranteed money coming from the Falcons before the 2026 season begins. He has been underrated as a reliable passer for most of his career, but it's also fair to say he has never been the best quarterback in football either. He's always been top 10 adjacent. Like for me, I would take Kurt in his prime over Dak Prescott, right? But worth the price tag? No. But that's what you get for not being able to cultivate your own homegrown quarterbacks. So from 2016 to 2024, no one took home more cash from NFL teams than Cousins, whose $291 million earned is relative, was $21 million ahead of the second place passer. More on that player later. I think it was Joe Flacco. In part, that's because Cousins didn't emerge as early as other quarterbacks, taking 100 picks below a fellow Washington quarterback RG3 in the 2014 draft. He wasn't much more than an injury fill-in early in his career. He threw 10 picks into the blah. Then quarterbacks in the 20s with a track record of above-average play after he got franchise tagged twice in a row by Washington. Like, how would you like that? So you're the only player. You're the only player in history that Daniel Snyder didn't throw stupid money at. You're just like, we'll just franchise tag him 2 years in a row. Great. With significant interest from multiple teams, he chose the Vikings over the Jets on what was a massive deal at the time, 3 years and $84 million, basically fully guaranteed. The Jets offered 3 years, $90 million, but that would have been a wash living in New Jersey versus living in Inver Grove Heights in the great state of Minnesota. Yeah. Cousins also landed a no-trade clause and no transition tag clause, allowing him to hit free agency again unless the Vikings franchise or extend him. Wow. That's how bad things were. And remember, Cousins in 2018 was supposed to be the missing piece. Right? He was supposed to be the missing piece. He's supposed to take us to the promised land, which Case Keenum could not do. Keenum signed a 2-year, $40 million deal with the Broncos, and that was that. Right? And it didn't work out. Cousins didn't work out. Cousins and Kevin McConnell, you got the best out of Kurt before he blew out his Achilles. But the Vikings chose to extend Cousins in 2020, giving him another $31 million in guarantees for additional season in 2021. The following year, I saw the new adofo-mensah led regime pay him $35 million for another year, using the new deal to reduce what would become an onerous cap hit for the signal caller. Only after 2023, when Cousins tore his Achilles during one of the best seasons of his career. Well, yeah, it probably was the best. Did the Vikings finally extricate themselves, replacing Cousins with Sam Darnold and first-round pick J.J. McCarthy. Now, Cousins, dollar for dollar, like era inflation adjusted, position inflation adjusted, Cousins has probably earned more than anyone else relative to his skill set. I mean, you look at Flacco, you look at Dak Prescott, they'll be close, but it's not even close. Like over 13 seasons, he's earned $294 million. He's almost earned $300 million, not even including the $37.5 million he's fully guaranteed before next season, like Barnwell said. And he's basically at his peak, at his zenith, was a top 10 quarterback. And, Kurt, we've talked about, like, Kurt is a quarterback that you could win a Super Bowl with. He's not a quarterback you can win a Super Bowl because of. Like, if he was on those Niner teams instead of Jimmy Garoppolo, I think they win that one against the Chiefs, right? But that's amazing. That's amazing. This is the tax that you have to pay if you can't develop your own quarterback. And that's the game that the Vikings had to play. 2018 free agency, a fully guaranteed contract. And initially, there were some thoughts that would be setting precedent. It wasn't really. Only stupid teams give out fully guaranteed contracts. Look at the Browns and Deshaun. But with Cousins, I mean, after taxes, he takes home like $160, $170 after he gets that last 37.5, plus the endorsements. Hi, I'm Kirk Cousins. When I'm in the mood for pizza, we go to Pizza Ranch because I'm the Tin Pot Pizza Ranch dictator. Actually, Pizza Ranch, you know what's weird about Pizza Ranch? Their chicken is really good. The roasted chicken, that's what happens. That's what happens, man. So Cousins, on top of that, with the advertisements, like, say he netted $175 million. He's never going to spend $175 million. I mean, Cole's cash machine, he's not going to spend $175 million. Plus, that goes a long ways in Western Michigan. So, I don't know. Although they're in Georgia now, because Julie's from Georgia. So, I don't know. But the Vikings, it seems like, when someone's in a bad relationship and you can't tell them ish until that relationship is over, dead and gone, and then they realize how bad it was. Yeah, that's where we're at now. Yeah. And then completely swindling the Falcons. I mean, what he did to the Falcons is 10 times worse than what he did to the Vikings, even though it was a longer period of time and more guaranteed money. Like, basically, with the Vikings, it was, 6 years, $180 million, roughly. But the Falcons, off the shredded Achilles, as well as being 36 years young, yeah. And there literally was no one else bidding for his services when he went to the Falcons. It's just crazy, man. But you do have to respect the hustle. You do have to respect his agent. Like, if I had an agent, I want Mike McCartney, like, doing business for me. It'd be good times. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Kirk Cousins makes the All-Bag Hall of Fame. First entry, first ballot. That's how it is. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. To do. Skull Production Value.